Hey, what's up guys? Clausenex here. I wanted to make a video reflecting on my back injury that I just had and the things that I learned from it, because this injury that I had was definitely something that I grew from. I learned from it. As much as it was a hindrance on my lifestyle, it was something that I got experience from and just something that I want to share with you guys. So first off, the biggest thing that I learned was that doing nothing is the hardest. Doing nothing is way harder than being on the grind. You might be sick of your routine, you might be sick of going to the gym every day, you might be sick of having the same healthy lifestyle day after day, but once you lose it, like, you don't realize how much you love it, right? As soon as I had my lifestyle taken away from me, it was crushing. It was hard, way harder than being on the grind. So I look forward to those days where I can be in the gym every day and loving it. So that being said, be grateful during the times that you're healthy. Take advantage of those times when nothing's wrong. If you're feeling unsure about adding more weight to the bar, or unsure if you should try something new, if you have a healthy body, like, your opportunities are endless. Like, you have so many windows for growth and room for advancement that you got to take advantage of that when it's there. Because the second you get injured, it's hard to stay motivated and it's easy to fall off your horse. Some people have more self-motivation than others. I'm a very self-motivated person, and this injury took a toll on me mentally. When you're injured, you tend to subconsciously hold back, even if mentally you're all there and you are 100% in it and you're like, I'm going to do this. Something in your body is still working against your mind, in the sense that it's going to protect that injured area. Regardless of what you want, your body has other plans. Like, it doesn't care what you're thinking. It's going to protect what you have. It's going to protect you physically because it knows that's what's best for you. I remember my last year playing football. I ended up the end of the season, I had 3 splints on one hand, and it was holding me back. 3 fingers held me back from my full potential. I could feel that my body was sheltering that hand during the plays when I was duking it out with an O-lineman. My body was trying to protect that hand, and it was frustrating, but it was doing what was best for my body. So that's a bit of a cue that you do have to listen to your body sometimes. Your body does know what's best for it, whatever your gut says or whatever your balls are saying. You got to listen to your body sometimes. If it's trying to protect you, then it needs protecting. You have to respect that, because your body is you and you have to respect yourself. So if you're not injured and you're not having to worry about holding back, then go all out. If you can, go all out. I'm so excited to be able to go back to the gym and go all out again. Like, when I can get to that opportunity where I don't have to hold back anymore, it's going to be great. But if you are going to go all out, then go all out in a smart way. Don't throw out your form to try and reach a max deadlift. It's just not worth it. Risking a trip to Snap City isn't worth a new number, It's better to take an extra couple weeks and not throw yourself out for a few months. Another thing that I learned about myself that was a bit of a humbling fact was that my core was not as strong as I thought it was. My legs are stronger than I thought, and my core is weaker than I thought. My legs have been making up for the fact that my core is too weak to be doing the things that I was doing. I have been neglecting doing my core for a very long time, because somewhere in my mind it kept clicking as abs equals core, core equals abs. Don't need to worry about abs, you need to worry about what's important. But abs actually are important, and it's not just about looks. You should train your core. Even if you're doing strength training or something where you don't care about how you look, your whole abdominal section is actually related to your core strength. And I mean, I knew that, but I never really grasped it until I hurt my back, and my core had to pull the weight for my back because my back couldn't do the lifting, and your legs can't bend down and pick something up for you, so I had to rely on my core. So when you're doing a compound lift, there's more things going on than one muscle group. There's a few muscle groups working together, and the timing's got to be right. And for my compound lifts, my legs were making up for the fact that my core isn't as strong as I thought it was, and that's why I got injured. I'm actually very lucky that it didn't go worse than it did, because all it takes is one bad rep for anyone whose core isn't as strong as they think it is, and they push a little too far, which is what I did, and yeah, I got injured. Another thing that I learned from my back injury is that stretches and a healthy lifestyle are not the answer to everything. You can't fix everything by stretching and being healthy. I knew that wasn't the answer to everything before, but I was very much relying on the mentality of self-improvement and self-bettering and trying to approach everything in the most natural way possible, which in some cases is well, in most cases that's the right way to go, but sometimes you need to go to the doctor. Sometimes your injury is worth getting checked out. Some injuries just they require attention and they won't grow if you don't get medical advice. Your YouTube or Google diagnosis might not be completely accurate. Even going to the physiotherapist and getting a diagnosis isn't accurate. I've had 2 separate cases where I went to the physiotherapist and he gave me a wrong diagnosis and a few weeks of treatment that did absolutely nothing. In this case, my physiotherapist recognized that I had a weaker core, so he was working with me with the core, but the pain never went away. So my core was getting stronger, but I was still in a ton of pain. At that point I realized, like, I'm getting a stronger core, but I'm not healing. That was the big thing. So I went and saw a sports doctor. I got meds that day. Almost a couple days later my back started healing. And that was a bit frustrating. Because that physiotherapist kind of jerked me around for a few $100s of treatment. Thank goodness it was covered. But yeah, as soon as I got on the meds, my back started healing just beautifully. I'm now feeling confident in returning to football. I've already played in a couple games and been practicing again, so everything's been good. And all it took was a bit of meds. So don't be stubborn like me. Sometimes you need to get it checked out. So it's good to recognize when you have a real issue and when it's something that you can work on yourself. So the one thing I took from this is to not be so stubborn and to listen to my body, and it knows best. And if you aren't healing after a few weeks, something's wrong. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass to go make an appointment, but it's worth it. I mean, I thought I had my back thing under control, doing all these weird stretches and exercises, which were helpful, but they were supposed to be in balance with medication, and I never got the medication. And that's why I didn't heal. So if I want to leave you with anything, it's just to be smart and listen to your body. I'll be posting more videos shortly on being motivated while you're injured. I've actually been working on a script for a motivational video, which should be coming up shortly, and I'm really excited. So yeah, it's awesome to be back, guys. See you soon.